Now, we have some very top tier weapons in this game, obviously. Now, today we're obviously going to be talking a little bit about some of these shotguns in the game. Now, say what you want about the Boomsickle. I know it's technically an assault rifle, but the gosh darn thing functions so much like a shotgun, dude. I use it like a shotgun, I hit fire like a shotgun, I treat it like a shotgun. So, I'm going to be comparing it to another shotgun. That obviously being the Redline, a weapon that has been very, very good for a hot minute now. It did have a period in time where it was actually relatively not that useful, but it did receive a buff relatively recently at this point, and an absolute menace ever since then. I've done quite the amount of videos on it. I've done showcases, I've done takedown only takedowns with just the Redline. The Redline just is an absolute monster. It's a menace. Unfortunately, its farm is a little bit a pain in the butt farming Road Dog, especially now has like 2 dedicated loot drops, the Hell Walker as well. But the Redline is by far, whenever you get it, one of the strongest shotguns in the game, without question. It's just very, very strong, and you love to see it, right? Now for the Boomsickle, it's a little bit, well, first off, you have to get the sickle to drop, and then you have to have the boom prefix, where at least the Redline, it's gonna be good no matter what. Even without anointment, the Redline is just very, very good overall in general. You know what I'm saying? But the sickle, you have to get the prefix to roll the boom prefix, and if you don't get that, nope, not nearly as strong. Boomsickle is like 100% the best prefix you can get on a sickle, 1000%. Anyways. Let me go and talk over like the setups that we're using and stuff like that. Now, if anyone that watches the channel, you guys know that most of my Mo's setups, I like to run a Blastmaster when I can. However, obviously, sometimes you can't do that with certain weapons, even on Mo's. And the Redline is kind of an example of that. It's a torque shotgun, but it does have a little bit of a charge-up time. And then as soon as you charge it up, you just like unload your mag, and I mean unload your mag. Now, another thing is that you do have to, in order for the stickies to proc, consistently, because sometimes what happens, if you have some for the road with your Redline, and you douse an entire enemy, and while your some for the road is active, and all the way until your mag is empty, what's going to happen is that they're all going to basically just burst out, and they're just going to bug and do no damage, or very little. It's not nearly as impressive. So like what I like to do is, obviously I like to fire for all the way through the sum for the road, and then about halfway after, about 2 seconds after that, halfway through my mag, then I'm gonna reload. Guarantee I get all those stickies to explode, because those stickies do absolute god stomps amounts of damage. It's just very gross, and it's very disgusting, but it's great. It's what you love to see, especially playing on Motherboard, just eviscerating everything. It's very, very good. Now, the comm that we're using is going to be a Minesweeper. Minesweeper is a very powerful comm, especially for bossing, and bossing with this thing just makes it even stronger, even better. Unfortunately, the thing about the Minesweeper is that it is prone to killing you a lot, which is obviously the only real gripe I have with it, but it still performs really well overall. I mean, honestly, Minesweeper, Blastmaster, I just love using those comms. I wouldn't really use a Green Monster, because the thing about this gun is that you're having to hold the trigger down for a little bit longer just to initially start the shot, and then your mag isn't that big enough to withstand that high of a rate of fire. It's going to burn through really quick. It's just, I don't really find a point using the Blastmaster, especially since I got to reload to proc my stickies anyways. I mean, you could reload cancel, but that's a lot of maintenance on a build when I just wanted to kill stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's at least my opinion on that. Anyways, let's talk about the Boomsickle just a little bit. So the Boomsickle, right? Once again, boom is, you have to make sure it says Boomsickle. It's very important. So the Boomsickle is another weapon where I have done an absolute gobs amounts of videos on. I have done a Boomsickle, I think at almost, I want to say level 57 and up. A showcase for it. I've done multiple takedowns with it. I've done multiple showcases at level 65. I mean, we got our level cap back in September. But the Boomsickle I do like to use with the Blastmaster, because the Boomsickle, it has just a high base damage on the card. Like for us, we're easily just almost one-shotting enemies just very casually with this thing. It's just very, very powerful. It's very strong. You get it to I want to say 20,000. You get somewhere near 20,000 per pellet. Obviously roll times 10, 200,000 per base. It's very, yeah, it gets pretty crazy pretty fast. Obviously, since it's a Boomsickle, it does do basics. It does have built-in splash damage, so that extra 100% damage from the 100% splash from the blast master is just going to be very, very greasy, very nice, and it's going to be very useful, especially with the way the sickle works, or the Boomsickle rather. Its mag is low, but because it fires way slower and it does so much damage, you're going to be proccing your redistribution very consistently. You're going to be very good, and you're going to be chilling. You're not going to be reloading this thing at all. Trust me. Just big time chilling, big time chilling. Overall, I would say that the Boomsickle is probably a little bit more like it's rare to farm, and the Redline is just a bit more annoying to get, in my opinions. Now, if I'm putting these two weapons head to head, side by side, what are you looking for? If you were looking for a very strong, consistent mobbing weapon, you could 100% roll with a Boomsickle, you know? Now, if you want to, and like a very fast, high burst of damage for bossing, 1000% go with the Redline. Now, I will say about the Redline, you can 100% mob with it. I'm doing it in the gameplay, but I like to, whenever I'm mobbing, let's roll with it on impact. You know, I mean, you can run stickies if you want, but I like to find stickies will do more damage, but you know, you have to, you know, fire and apply all those stickies and then reload and then kill them all. It's very, I mean, I'm not slamming stickies, guys. Stickies, very solid. I just like to use them for bossing a little bit more. You can still mob with stickies. You can, but I like to mob with impact a little bit more consistently. Now, I will say that the Boomsickle is no slouch when it comes to bossing, but I find this a little bit better. It's just a little bit better at mobbing. You know, you're going to be easily one-shotting a lot of trash tier mobs, or, you know, 2-3 shotting some badasses. It's very, very easy that this thing just kind of wrecks through the game casually. And then for the Redline, it just literally melts bosses just so quick, so fast. Like, I know some people tell me, hey man, why don't you, with the Redline, you know, switch to an Unforgiven, you know, get that extra crit damage. I'm like, there's no reason to. Nah, the Redline does so much damage by itself, there's no reason to. The crit I used to crit swell back in AM3, but that's long been dead. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, though, I will say the weapon that I like a slight higher bit more than the other, that is going to be the Redline for me, dude. The Redline I have cherished a lot longer than the Boomsickle, and I have found that there is just something so satisfying about just shredding bosses so casually with this thing, dude. Every time I use it, I just feel like I got the power. I got the power, bro. Like, it's just shredding. Now, no shame to the Boomsickle. I just like the Redline a slight bit more. Like, guys, you gotta understand, whenever we do these versus videos, the weapons are never far from each other. Like, you know, like you're splitting hairs here, at least in my opinion. And, you know, I got to pick one or the other at the end of the day. And for me, I just like the Redline just a little bit more. Other than that, though, guys, I want to know your thoughts and comments down below. Please let me know which weapon you like more. Boomsickle, Redline. I want to know. Also, if you're new around here and you like daily content, you like Borderlands, please consider subscribing. We do post daily content on the channel just like this. So if this is something up your alley, please consider subscribing. Other than that, though, guys, my name's Kree. Hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.